And good morning, students and friends. My name is Michael Tawill, and I'm going to be your host for today's web presentation. I want to personally welcome you all this morning on behalf of Market Traders Institute. The date today is Friday, July 11th, and the time is now 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, once again, I want to welcome everybody. I'm glad you're able to join us today. And before we get started, I want to do a quick audio and video check. If you can hear me loud and clear, and if you can see the screen that says you're about to discover, please type in a Y in the question section just to confirm. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Sue and Jake and Aludiad and Joe, Maria, Barry, Julian, Bill, Gail, Lucas, Nev, and everybody else. Awesome. Thank you for that interaction. So, friends, I'm excited and I'm honored to be here with everyone today. And this is actually day 5, okay, the last day of a series that we're doing, that we've been doing all week, touching on the Forex and simple strategies that are unique to MTI. And I'm here today to really help you discover the powerful FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Trader Auto and the FX Annihilator and simple ways to increase your Forex profit potential right now. Now, I will be discussing the next leg of the tipping point trading prediction and how this can potentially help you prepare for upcoming trades in particular, and how these movements could really be used to help jumpstart your trading careers. Now, the tools, the strategies, and the techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you today, they allow me personally to be a consistently profitable Forex trader, and I want to empower you today to follow our step-by-step approach to help you achieve the financial freedom that you not only want, but that you deserve. I will note that these presentations, they are not recorded. They are live, okay? And I enjoy the interaction, and what I find is that the majority of clients and students take advantage of this, well, they benefit from the interaction as well. So what I want to go ahead and ask everyone to do is please go ahead and grab a pen and a piece of paper, and when you do in fact have that pen and paper, please just come back on and type in a yes that you do in fact have that pen and paper. Great. Thanks, Lucas and Barry, Rod, Ray, Stephen and Stanley, Maria, Lyell, Grant, and everybody else who's typing in yes. Wonderful. So before we begin, I want to let you know that trading does have its own form of risk involved. Now, you should never invest more money than you can't afford to lose. So only trade with the money that you can actually afford to lose. Does that make sense? And always trade with equity management in mind. There's no such thing as an undefeated season. Anyone who tells you you're going to win 100% of the time is not telling you the truth. Okay, so you may incur losses from time to time, but the key is to keep your profits high and have minimal losses, and I'll show you what I'm talking about today. Now, we do endorse going through the entire education in its entirety and begin trading as a knowledgeable trader. So I want to begin by letting you know that live each weekday, we have our tipping point prediction. As a client of MTI, you will receive exclusive information regarding a major market movement. Now, this is a 2,000 pip movement in one currency pair and a 1,000 pip movement on another. Now, this is brand new, and this just actually launched last week. So what does that mean to you? Well, at $10 per pip, this would be a $30,000 a year making opportunity. Now, last week alone, when we launched, we actually generated 300 pips that week. That's over 3,000 US dollars. And the next huge round of trades has already started and will be starting this evening as well as early next week. So today, I will give you a sneak peek of this movement in just a moment when we hit the live market. And I'm really telling you that if you want to have an advantage on this market, you can't afford to miss out on this. This is a special exclusive unveiling to MTI students only, and you are going to be shown how to trade and take advantage of this opportunity from our instructors live. So I see we have a handful of people that just joined us here in the last minute or so. So once again, my name is Michael Tawill, excuse me, and I'm going to be your host for today's web presentation. I want to personally thank you all for your attendance today. So the very first thing that I want to do is I want to share with you a little bit about myself. So who am I? Well, for the past 7 years, I've been coaching and mentoring individuals on essentials necessary to succeed in the marketplace. I speak to organizations and large audiences ranging in upwards of 10 to 15,000 people at any given time, training them on how to become a results-driven achiever. I am a highly analytical thinker with a niche for identifying, improving, and streamlining complex work processes. Now, I want to share something with you. About 45 days ago now, it's about 45 days or so ago, I was sitting in a seat just like you are today, literally watching one of these web presentations. I had questions and I had concerns if I could really do something like this and if this could truly work for me. Well, shortly thereafter, I took advantage of what Market Traders Institute offers, and I quickly found myself learning how to use simple strategies to gain an advantage on this market. I now wake up each morning excited knowing that my opportunities trading this market are absolutely endless, and I'm here today to really share with you the same exact methods that I have learned and that I'm now quickly using to grow confidence in the trading the Forex market and to show you why I wake up excited each morning. Now, everything that I know about trading the Forex, okay, I learned from Market Traders Institute. I am an ultimate trader, and I believe that the best way to predict the future is simply to create it. So just a couple of quick housekeeping things that I want to go over here. So when I say, hey guys, do you have any questions? All you have to do is just enter in a response into the questions section and I will respond. Or if for whatever reason I'm demonstrating a trading opportunity, one of my educational specialists will respond to you privately. So first and foremost, how many people do I have with me in today's presentation that are currently Forex traders? So if you're a Forex trader, please type in a me. And I want you to know that I mean demo, I mean live. If you're trading the Forex in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. That's Barry and Jahan and Leonard, David, Rod, Bill, Thomas, Jake, Steven. Yeah, and everybody else. Wonderful. Now, it looks like we have a small concentration of Forex traders, and then it looks like we have others in here that look to be brand new. So do I have anybody in this presentation with me this morning that has never traded anything before, ever? If that's you, just type in a me. All right, thank you, Lucas and Camila, Lamikatso, Joe, Mata, Gail, Camila. Wonderful. So I know some of you may have some experience, so some of this information I'm going to go over here may just be a great review for you. But to really level the playing field, we're going to go over a bit of information about Market Traders Institute, and then we're going to go into an introduction into the Forex. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the live market. In fact, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to be able to wake up every single day knowing that you have created generational wealth for you and your family? Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to know exactly how to make the trades that you want to make so that you can travel the world and spend more quality time with your family and loved ones? And have you ever wondered what it would be like to be so empowered that you can literally create and manifest prosperity into your life? So, with that being said, I have just a few questions for you before we move on. How many of you would want me to share with you how you can start making more money right now? How many of you would want me to share with you a time and tested way of trading proven to create successful traders over the last 20 years? Yeah, it's Lucas and John and Lulu, Lamikatsu, Ray, Mata, and everybody else that's typing in yes. Right? How many of you would want me to share with you an easy-to-follow blueprint that can help you clearly identify high-winning percentage trading opportunities every single day, every single week, and every single year? Well, I'm excited today because what you're about to discover in just a moment is 3 ways to maximize your trading profits fast. You're going to also discover trading strategies such as the FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Trader Auto and the FX Annihilator, and how to identify wave patterns in Japanese candlestick formations, how to enter a trade and why, how to exit a trade and why. And in fact, today, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my MTI 4.0 charting software, and I'm going to show you behind the curtain so that you can see my 3 insider secrets to Forex trading success. And you're also going to hear from some of our students and some of our clients as well. But before we do all of that, I have just a few questions for you so that I can make sure that I know your personal motivation. Now, I want you to write the answers to these questions on a piece of paper, and I want you to type them into the chat section. Now, this is really important. What I've found is that when people do this, they will retain 95% of the information. So let me go ahead and ask you the first question. What is your number 1 reason for being here? Go ahead and jot the answer down now. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Why are you giving me the next 90 minutes of your time? Yeah, to learn, time with the family, retirement, debt-free, financial freedom, bring wife home from work, bring yourself home from work. Yeah, send kids to college, new family car. Yeah, absolutely. I thank you for sharing those answers with me. Why is this important to you? What is the core reason that you want to even do this? Why do you want to truly make more money right now? Bring wife home from work, wealth and time, freedom, quit my job, take kids on vacation. Yeah, Social Security is not enough. Yeah, to better my family. How will this help you and your family? More quality time. Yeah, these are all wonderful answers. And if you were going to make Forex trading your full-time income, how much money would you need to make at trading to replace your full-time income on a monthly basis? Go ahead and let me know. And I want you to understand that nobody can see your answers except me and my educational specialists. Great. Thank you, Lucas and Jahan and William and Jan and Ray, Daniel, Jake, Joe, Goosemang, and Richard, Oladiad. Wonderful. Great. I really appreciate everybody that's interacting with me this morning because I really do not like speaking to a blank chat. So I really appreciate that. Now I'm going to show you how to use an easy system to potentially propel you to the successes that you are looking for. Now, I'm not talking system in literal terms. Okay, Market Traders has broken down the word system into an acronym, which stands for save, yourself, stress, time, energy, and money. And that's what we're going to go over today, an easy, simple system. So, as to not waste your time today, I'm going to make a promise to you. And my promise to you is this, that by the end of this presentation, you will see how professional traders use simple methods to predict where the market is going and how you can use that skill to make substantial income for yourself in your free time today. And in fact, by the end of this presentation, you may know more about the Forex market than 90% of the world. So, who is MTI? Well, MTI stands for Market Traders Institute. We were founded by Jared Martinez in February of 1994, and we're located in Lake Mary, Florida. We employ over 100 of the most talented staff in the industry. As you can see there on your screen, Orlando Business Journal just recognized and honored Market Traders Institute as being one of the top 10 places to work for in 2014, and I'm proud of that. Right? Over the last 20 years, they have had the honor of working with over 30,000 clients from all corners of the world, and we operate under a single mission, which is to create successful traders. And since client satisfaction is highly important to MTI, we have designed all their client interactions around one single sentence. We never leave a client behind. Now, let's go ahead and hear from Trisha W. She's from Ontario, Canada. Now, she began MTI's Ultimate Traders package on January 4th, 2013, and she was very skeptical about MTI since she had been burned in the past by other companies, and I'm not sure, right? Maybe some of you may have been burned in the past as well. But she decided to move forward. She became a student client of MTI, and let's go ahead and hear from her now. Trisha says, the live interaction is priceless. You have someone there with you, for you, and helping you along each step of the way. If you don't understand and if you have questions, the analysts respond with written and visual examples. So I want you to imagine that. I want you to imagine finding a company that treats you like family. When times are great or when times get tough, family is truly what makes everything better. Now, I can almost assure you that 99% of the people in this room today are here for one reason. What is that for? That is to make money. But it's a little bit deeper than that. Okay? You're here to learn or to find a solution to a problem or challenge that you're either currently facing or that you fear that you may be facing in the near future. Well, what are these challenges? Challenges such as, do you have enough money set aside for retirement? Do you have money set aside for your children? Do you have money set aside to live the life that you and your family not only want but that you deserve? Do you have enough money to eliminate your debt? Do you have enough money set aside for emergencies? You see, these are all challenges that we hear about on a daily basis that people, just like you, are trying to overcome. Let me go ahead and ask everyone in this room a question, because I was asked this question at one point in my life. Okay? If something were to happen to you tomorrow and that you were not able to work or provide for your family, would your family be able to survive and live the lifestyle that they deserve without you and without your current stream of income? Great. Thank you, Lulu and Stanley and Camila, Andrew, Jan, Stephen, Richard. Wonderful. Great. William. Thank you, everybody, for those responses. You see, to me, this is one of the biggest challenges that I've identified, that I've accepted, and that I've put plans in place for to ensure that my family can live a life of wealth and abundance, and I hope that many of you take action like I have, and here's how you can do it. We're here to provide you solutions to your challenges with the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. Now, this is your on-demand financial freedom solution. This package is the most complete, most turnkey, easy-to-use, step-by-step trading program available in the world today. It's now time to introduce you to the CEO and founder of MTI, Jared Martinez. He's known around the world as the FX Chief. Well, he's been trading the Forex market for over 25 years, and he established MTI because he wished that he had a mentor early on in his career. Now, his talents are absolutely endless when it comes to the Forex, so much so that he created the world's only Forex course that is accepted in major universities around the globe as credit hours. and I'm excited to share with you some of his secrets to really help you become wealthy and financially free, if you want to be, of course. So stay with me, because at the end of this presentation today, I will let you know how you can spend 3 days with the FX Chief or a Certified Market Pro for free. How many of you would like to do that? Yeah, it's Conrad and Rod and Ray and Stanley, Mervin, Camila, Lucas, and everybody else that's typing in yes. Absolutely. So, what is the Forex market? Well, the Forex market is the largest financial market with almost limitless amounts of liquidity, which really means that it's a market of limitless financial opportunity. In fact, what the Forex market means to me personally is that it is the easiest, most predictable, and safest way to invest. Now, if you're a finance junkie like I am, and you pay attention to Bloomberg, CNBC, Kiplinger, MSN, etc., you're reading the publications, then you probably noticed, especially if you've been doing this for a while now, that the Forex market is really starting to take center stage. And what I want to do is I want to bring all of this together for you. Now, I realize there are probably several people in this presentation today who may have never seen a Forex chart before. So what I want to do is I want to go over this. And I'm also going to bring up and answer 2 questions that anyone who wants to trade typically asks. First, what are you doing when trading Forex currencies? And second, what are pips and why do you want them? So what we do in this market is we trade one country's currency against another. Now, here on the screen, we can see that this is the Great British Pound versus the US dollar. In this market, in essence, what we're trying to do is take this currency versus another currency in an attempt to figure out which one is going to gain in value against the other. If you look now at the top left-hand side of my screen, you will see that there's a 240 next to the name of the currency pair. That number denotes that this time frame is 240 minutes per candlestick. That means that each candle represents what the market has done during that time frame. Does that make sense to everybody? Awesome. So the way this market works is we actually teach people to trade using Japanese candlestick formations. That's what all these weird-looking rectangles are on your screen. These are Japanese candlesticks. Now, is there anybody in here that's not familiar with Japanese candlesticks? If you're not, just please type in a me. And it's okay if you're not. All right, wonderful. So what a Japanese candlestick is that it is a visual representation of how much the market moved in whatever time frame you select. And what you're looking at now is Market Trader Institute's Wealth Acceleration 4.0 charting software. Now, you have full customization ability where you can create whatever time frame you'd like to view. In addition to that, what we do with these Japanese candlesticks is we look at them to identify patterns, which gives us some sort of hint, if you will, as to which way the market is heading. Now, this is where we get into the good stuff, okay? This is where we start talking about how we make money. And what we're trying to do in this market is we're trying to capture a thing called PIPs. PIP is an acronym which stands for Price Interest Point. So let me explain to you in the simplest of terms how that works. A pip has the exact same relationship as a penny does to the dollar. Now, is everyone in this presentation familiar with the US dollar? If you are, just please type in a yes. I like to just make sure and see that we're all on the same page here. Wonderful. So how many pennies are there in a US dollar? 100, right? So everyone does realize there's 100 pennies in a dollar. That means that a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar. Now, if you can imagine that in this market what we're trying to do is we're looking for a unit of measure, a monetary unit of measure smaller than $1, even smaller than 1 penny, then that unit of measure smaller than a penny would be equivalent to a pip. Now, a pip represents 1/100th of a penny, just like a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar. Now, does this make sense to everyone in the room? If it does, just please type in a yes into the question section. Perfect. So as I start showing you the way that this works now, you're all going to have questions about the way you can personally do this. Now, if you look now at the price action of this chart on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see the pips. And the pips are represented in the final 2 digits of these numbers. Now, in a price fluctuation, if the market were to move from 1.65 to 1.66, that is a 1 full cent increase. And at the same time, in the Forex market, that is a 100 pip increase. Now, does everyone understand that part? Awesome, perfect. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to write this down. In this market, we trade in units called lots. Now, there are standard lots, then there are mini lots. A mini lot controls $10,000 of a currency, and each pip is worth $1. Now, a standard lot controls $100,000 of a currency, and each pip is worth $10. Now, the best part of this market is that your cost to get involved in a mini lot trade is only a $200 investment, and your cost to get involved in a standard lot trade is only a $2,000 investment from your trading account. The broker will borrow this investment size, allowing you to place the trade. Now, you can only win or lose pips. The original investment of either $200 for a mini lot or $2,000 for a standard lot goes back into your account at the completion of the trade. Does everyone understand this? Awesome. Now, this is the important stuff, guys. This is where you're going to be able to figure out how much money can you make in this market, not just how much money can be made in this market, because we're actually about to go into the live market. So I want to go ahead. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to go ahead and type this into the chat section now. If you were to go ahead and get started in the Forex market today, and you were to open up a live account today, how much would you be able to fund your account with? Go ahead and make it real, because we're about to go into the live market. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Guzman. Thank you, Lucas and William, Maria, Jan, Albert, Camila, Stanley, Rod, everybody else. Wonderful. Awesome. So what a trading system is indicators on a specific currency pair, on a specific time frame, in specific market conditions. It's simply a group of specific rules or parameters that determine entry or exit points. Okay? Now, these points, known as signals, are often marked on a chart in real time, and they prompt the immediate execution of a trade. So what I'm going to do now is let's go ahead and let's get started with this. I'm now going to go ahead and pull up MTI's 4.0 acceleration charting software, and when I have this pulled up on the screen, please, if you could be just so kind to type in a Y into the question section for yes, that you do in fact see this pulled up on your screen. Awesome. Perfect. Great, thank you. So there's many different ways to trade this market, and there's many different posers out there that are all plug and play. You know, they have all this marketing behind them. They have absolutely nothing to back it up. And what does it do? It instills fear into people in regards to systems. Well, what you need to know is that we provide constant updates to our systems. We constantly monitor our systems a minimum of twice a week. We make sure that all of our systems are up to date with current market conditions. Now, there's many different ways to skin a cat when it comes to being successful trading the Forex market. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard that phrase before. But what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you a simple, now it's not easy, but a simple way of getting in and getting out of this market with a plan. Now, before I get into the market, I want to discuss this plan with you. Is it safe to say, folks, that if we can show you today how to consistently make money in this market with an easy-to-follow trading system, would it be worth your time attending this morning or afternoon, depending on where you're at in the globe? Perfect. Fair enough. Because my goal as a teacher is not to make the complex complicated. It's to take what's complicated and make it simple. And to me, that's the definition of what a teacher does. A teacher takes what's complicated and makes it simple. How many of you agree with me on that? Phenomenal. So what I'm going to show you now is how to combine systems with technical analysis, and we're going to roll it all into one simple and easy plan. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be opening up. This is the Euro and Australian dollar currency pair on a 60-minute time frame. Okay, how many of you see that? So if you're taking notes, great. If you're not, this is where you want to start. A trader needs three things. You need to know where the market is going. You need to know where to get in. You need to know where to get out. Those are the three things. It's safe to say, folks, that once you know where it's going, where to get in, and where to get out, do you think that's a plan? Perfect. Now, how to get there, once again, we can skin a cat many different ways. I can show you, my gosh, the most complex ways of trading where I put on 5 or 6 indicators. I can then go through all this manual analysis, identifying support and resistance. I could throw on the chart 6 different convergences that we're looking for. I can then pull up 5 or 6 different checklists that I have to walk through to make sure that I have the absolute best trading opportunities. That's the most complex way to do it. Or what I can do is use an easy-to-follow system that will give me answers to all 3 of those questions in the shortest amount of time possible. Because I want you to first become a believer, all right, that you can see how money is made, and then you can see how to go get that money. So is that fair for everyone in this room today? Did I take you through that journey? Because I told you that when we finish, you will know more than 90% of the people out there. Did I not promise you that? Absolutely. So let's go ahead. Let's get right into it. So the very first thing I want you to notice, all right, I want you to notice how this market moves. This market moves in a thing called waves. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, this market moves in waves, and it goes up, and then the market goes down. The market goes up, then the market goes down. Does everyone see that? So what goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. That's how this market moves. The question is, how do you determine which way the market is heading? All right? And that's the first thing you have to be able to understand. You have to be able to look at a chart, look at a currency pair, and be able to determine, okay, what is the next move? What's going to happen now? So let's look now at how this market moves. This market's moving up, it's moving down, right? It's moving up, then it's moving down. Now, to the untrained eye, you don't see what I see because I've been trained by MTI. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this easy, okay? Because let's just say, hypothetically speaking here, that you are looking to get into the market right, let me advance this forward here. You're looking to get into the market right here, right now. All right, you make the decision that, you know what, you want to place this trade right here. All right, you got home from work, you pull up your computer, and instead of watching TV like most people in America do, you pull up your charts instead because you decide that you want to make some money while you're not at work, you want to have a better life, and you know what, I applaud you for that. So let's get into that mindset. Let's put that hat on, all right? So let's go back to this black line, okay? So what are the questions? 3 questions. Where's the market going? Where am I going to get in? And where am I going to get out? So type in the question section right now. You tell me, is the market going up or is the market going down? Which way is the market going? Let me know. Buy, up, sell, down, down, down. Don't know. Down, 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 down. Up, up, sideways. Sell, down, down, down. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at what happens, okay? Let's go ahead and advance this market forward. Well, take a look at that. Market's going up. Market's still on the climb. How many of you see what just happened here? Right? So the market just skyrocketed upwards. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I want to take our box information tool. Let's go ahead and see how many pips we just generated if you were to have entered this trade. How many of you can tell me how many pips we just generated? If you're wondering, well, how do you determine how many pips? How many of you see this red mark? How many of you see the word range? Yep, great job. Ray, Sue, Leonard, Maria, Stanley, Andrew, phenomenal job. Awesome. Yeah, so the word range, that tells you how many pips you just generated. So range equals pips. So in this case that I just showed you, you just generated 437 pips. So 437 pips or 4,370 US dollars in a standard lot trade investment. How many of you would be, and let's see when this was actually, and when I go into the live market, I'm actually going to bring you to a more current time frame when I actually show you some examples, but I'm just showing you this as an example here. Look when we got in. We got in on Thanksgiving. All right, that's kind of funny. We got in on November 21st, and this ended on, we got out, let's just call it the 25th. How many of you would like to generate 437 pips in 5 days? How many of you in 5 days, that's a full work week, would like to generate $4,370? The question is, what would that do for you, right? And so, for all of you that said the market's going up, I applaud you because with this tool, you just saw how many pips you made. You just made 437 pips. That's $4,370 in 5 days over Thanksgiving. How many of you would be excited about that? So congratulations to all those that said that the market was going up. Now, for all of those that said it's going down, well, I'm extremely sorry for your loss of $4,000. So this is the game plan. I want to empower you to take advantage of this market. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on a simple system. Now, it's simple to use, but it wasn't simple to build. I'm going to pull up the FX Turbo Trader. Now, as I pull the FX Turbo Trader up on the screen here, you're going to see a lot of different colors, a lot of different lines, and you're probably going to ask yourself, Mike, what does all of that mean? Well, let me go ahead and explain that to you. So let me go ahead and let me back this market up real quick, and I'm going to explain to you how this market actually works. So the very first thing that I bet you're noticing right now is this huge teal blue line. right? The way that this works, the very first thing that we're going to use, the teal blue line, as our indicator to tell us, is the market going up or is the market going down? Which way is the market going? So as you can see here, as the candles are above this teal blue line, right, the market is going up. So when the candles are above the teal blue line, the market is going up. Does everyone see that? Now, when the candles are below the teal blue line, the market is going down. Does everyone see that? So above the teal blue line, we're going to call that our buy zone. And when you're below the teal blue line, we are going to call that our sell zone. Boom, right there, okay? Buy zone, sell zone. Now, you have green indicators and you have red indicators, okay? I know what many of you are thinking right now. What are the indicators? Well, truth be told, I wish I could tell you what the indicators are. I don't know them. I didn't build this, right? The FX chief built this. But what I do know is how to use it, and that's what's most important. This is comprised of the FX chief's 25 years of experience, everything you can imagine taken into consideration to put this system together. All right? It's proprietary to MTI and the FX chief himself. And it's kind of like the baked beans commercial where the dog's trying to get the recipe, but he can't. He just knows how to eat them. So the candles above the teal blue line with the green indicators, what does that mean? Green means go. Green means buy. All right? Well, guess what red means? Red means stop. Red means sell. So go ahead and write that down. When you have that written down, please go ahead and type in a done so that I know that we're on the same page. Green means go, right? Green means buy. Red means stop. Red means sell. Thank you, Sue, Jan, Lucas, Daniel, Ray, Steve, Camila, Maria, Joe, Godfred. Everybody else is typing in yes. Wonderful. I appreciate the interaction once again. So now I have two answers to my questions. I know where it's going, and I know where to buy, or I know where to sell. I know where it's going, and I know where to get in. So let's just say right here, I'm in it. I'm selling, okay? I'm selling. I'm in it. I'm just sitting here idling by, letting the market do its thing, and guess what? What do we do when the market crosses back above the teal blue line? Bingo. Absolutely. Stop. Take your profits. Take your profits and buy. Absolutely. You got it. Steve, Sue, Jan, Ray, 100%. So we've answered our three questions. We answered where the market's going, where to get in, and where to get out. So let me go ahead and ask everybody one more question here. I'm going to advance this market forward, and I want to ask everyone in this room this simple question right now. All right? If you wanted to get into the market right now, what would you do? Bingo. Yep. Up. Buy, 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 buy. Absolutely. 100%. Perfect. So let's go ahead and see if you had this indicator, this system, you knew what to do. Let's see what would happen. We're above the teal blue line. We have our green indicator as confirmation. We'll take a look at that. How many of you would have liked to take advantage of that trading opportunity with a system like this, and you would have had confirmation, and you would have generated 437 pips, right? Versus just looking at a bunch of candlesticks and going, okay, let's see what happens, right? It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. It's one or the other. So, but do you want to be a gamble trader, or do you want to trade with confidence? So we just went from a 50-50 split in the room, right, earlier, to now having 95% of you picking the right direction. How many of you see value in that? How many of you can see just what that simple addition of a system can do? We now have 95% of you on the right side of the trade. How many of you see value in that? Now, for me, right, I'm just like many of you. To be a true believer, I've got to see this thing at least 3 times. Well, I'm going to do even better than that. I'm going to show you 5, 6, 7 examples as to how this holds true. So let me go ahead and get out of this. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to pull up a different currency pair. What I'm pulling up now, this is the Great British Pound and the Australian dollar, all right, and this is on a 60-minute time frame. So what we're looking at now with this currency pair, you notice we already know what the teal blue line means, what the green and red indicators mean. All right, so let's go ahead. I want to zoom in here. So what I'm going to do now, if you wanted to get into this market right now, what would you do? Well, I would be selling. Why? Simple. Because we have candlesticks forming below the teal blue line. We have a red indicator. So what I'm going to personally do is I would be getting in right there. So let's go ahead. Let's advance this market forward, and let's go ahead and see what happens. So we're living our life. we're having fun with, take a look at that dip there, right? How would you be able to predict that? Does that make sense? So you're living your life. You know, you're at the beach, you're surfing. I absolutely love surfing. I don't know what you love to do. Maybe you're flying, maybe you're playing golf, maybe you're spending at the movies, spending quality time with the family, cooking, at the park with your kids, whatever the case may be, you know, just traveling at the beach. But you're living your life, and all you're doing is waiting for the candles to cross back above the teal blue line. That's it. See, when people are trading without confidence, and when people trade when they're nervous, right, they don't know what to do. They stress, anxiety, fear, nervous, asking all their friends. They want to trade, but they just simply don't. They put it on hold for so long because they're so scared. You know, they want to lose. Well, what if you had confidence in knowing, take a look at this, what the market's doing right now? How many of you see that? And I want you to, I noticed somebody's actually asking me, and hold on, take a look at this. How many of you see what's happening? And boom, how many of you see we just crossed back above the teal blue line? How many of you see that? We on the same page here? That's it. So what are we going to do now? We're going to take our profits and we're going to move on. Now somebody's asking me, well, what date are we on? We are in, right now we're May 15th of this year. So this is just a month and a half ago, and the reason I'm showing you that time is because I want you to get a for real, you know, idea, an example, as if you were to have gone into this market and joined MTI with this system a month and a half ago, where would you be today? Okay, and so let's go ahead. Let's see what happens. We're going to take our box information tool. Let's see how many pips we just generated. Who can be the first to tell me how many pips we just generated? Bingo, absolutely. Yep, Andrew, Sue, Lucas, Lulu, and everybody else. Yep, 202 pips. So we're up 202 pips, or 2,020 US dollars in a standard lot trade. So let's go ahead and let's keep moving this forward. And let's go ahead and let's see what happens next. All right, let's advance the market forward. Now what I want you to notice is, I want you to notice this. I want you to notice that we have the right indicator, but we're above the teal blue line. How many of you see we're in a sideways movement here, right? It's indecision. Now we're above the teal blue line, but we have a red indicator. So what we're waiting for our next move. Now, what I'm noticing here, how many of you see that we have 3 candlesticks, actually we have 5, 6 candlesticks above the teal blue line, right, with a green indicator. How many of you see that? And so what I'm going to be doing now, and if you notice here, right, we actually have some bullish candlesticks, and what we're doing now is I am now going to buy. I am buying. So now let's go ahead and let's advance this market forward, and let's take a look at what happens. You're living your life. You're spending more time with your family. You're not scared. You're not nervous. You're simply doing the things that you love. Because me personally, I have a busy life. I travel a lot. I love the outdoors. I'm always surfing, and I just don't have time to sit in front of a computer 24/7. I always wanted to trade, but I never got into it until just recently because I'm like, I can't sit in front of a computer with 10 monitors like all these professionals. And when I realized how simple it can really be, it absolutely blew my mind. And so once again, we're waiting for the cross back below the teal blue line, and there it is. How many of you see right there? We have a cross below the teal blue line. How many of you see that? So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see what just happened. So let's say our box information tool, and we got into the market. I got into the market right here. I got out right here. How many pips is that? We're at 231 pips. So at 231 pips, or 2,310 US dollars in a standard lot trade investment. So boom, we're going to keep these together here. How many of you would be okay in less than a month generating over 4,000 US dollars? And what would that do for you? For sure. So let's go ahead. Let's just keep on moving here. So now what I'm looking for my next move. Now, how many of you notice, what would you guys do now? What would everybody do right now? Bingo, sell. Why? Below the teal blue line, we have a red indicator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the market. I would have gone into the market right here. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Let's advance this forward. You're living your life. You're trading with confidence, assurance. See, when you have a plan and when you have a strategy, you enjoy trading. But when you're gambling at trading and you're just hoping and you're just assuming and you don't really have a strategy, that's dangerous. And I don't endorse that whatsoever. You can lose a lot of money doing that, but you can make a lot of money knowing what you're doing, especially when you have a system like this. So once again, you're just living your life. Even if you're at work, okay, I didn't tell you this, but let's say you're at work, right? Just take a quick break, go check the charts, and if you're retired, maybe you're out at lunch, just pull up your phone, pull up the computer, just take a look at what's happening, and once again, we have a cross back above the teal blue line. So now, right here, we got into the market right there, we got out right here. Who can tell me how many pips that is? 113 pips, absolutely 100%. So 113 pips, or 1,130 US dollars. Boom. All right, now let's go ahead and let's keep moving this forward here, and let's go ahead and see what happens. So I'm waiting for my next opportunity, and what I'm going to do at this point, let's see what happens. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to buy. Why? I have a green line. We're above the teal blue line, so I am going to go ahead and get in right there. Let's advance the market forward, and let's see what happens. Market's going up, market's going down, actually. So the market just crossed back below the teal blue line. Well, what does that mean? Well, we just incurred a loss. So we got in here, we got out right here. How many pips is that? Who can tell me? Yep, 31 pip loss. So I'm glad, because I want to show you something. 31 pips loss, or 310 US dollars. So with that being said, let's put that right here. How many of you would be okay losing 31 pips after just gaining 202 pips, 231 pips, 113 pips? Yeah, what would that do for you, right? And so anyone that tells you, oh, I've won 100% of the time, guess what? I can probably assure you, if they're saying they won 100% of the time, they've made one trade in their life and they quit. And they won that one trade, and that's all. You're not going to win 100% of the time, okay? Why do I say that? Because anyone who tells you that is lying to you. You're going to incur losses. However, the secret and the key is knowing what you're doing, keeping your profits high, and keeping your losses to a minimal, keeping your losses small. So once again, take a look at the gains, and then here. Let's keep moving here. Let's take a look at what happens. So now what I'm going to do is I am looking for my next move here. Now, if you notice, we're a blue line. It jacked down below the teal blue line. Now we're back above the teal blue line. It's just all over the place right now. The sideways movement, right? It's indecision. And so what we're waiting for is I'm waiting for a definite direction market. And there it is. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 candlesticks, 6 candlesticks, 7 candlesticks below the blue line. I have a red indicator. And now what I'm going to do is I'm selling. Does that make sense? Please go ahead. Type into the question section now, what percentage of what I'm showing you do you understand, from 0 being none to 100 being everything? No problem. No shame in your response. I don't know, what do you understand? Thank you, Lucas and Jake and Mervin and John, Guzman, Joe, Steve. Wonderful. Stanley. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you, everybody. So what are we doing? We're selling. I'm in it. I am living my life. I'm here. I absolutely love what I'm doing. I'm confident in what I'm doing. I'm living my life. Enjoy spending more time with the family, spending more time with my parents, spending more time sibling and my girlfriend and my family, But what would this do for you? That's what you have to ask yourself, all right? And so once again, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the cross back above the teal blue line. That's it. That's a wick. That's not a candlestick right there. That's a wick. We're waiting for a close of a candlestick above the teal blue line, and there it is. How many of you see what just happened? Right there. Boom. So let's go ahead and let's take a look now at how many pips we just generated. So we got into the market. We got out of the market right here. How many pips is that? 73 pips. So we're up 73 pips, or 730 US dollars. All right, so let's go ahead. I want to just keep this all together. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to just show you one more example. Sorry about that. I want to show you one more example here. I want to show you some other really great things. And so let's go ahead and let's see what happens here. So let's advance this market back to where it was. We're waiting for the cross, and boom, there it is. So now you see this green indicator right here, right? And so once you're doing now, enter this trade. Let's advance the market forward. and let's go ahead and see what happens. So what I'm doing is I'm reversing my position, and I'm going to go ahead and advance this market forward, and let's see where. So we're living our life. We enjoy what we're doing. We're profitable traders. Okay, we don't have to go to everyone for questions, concerns. No, our dream is finally becoming a reality. Why? Because you're confident, you're bold, you're convicted, you trust your strategy. Don't keep questioning yourself. Just learn your strategy and move forward. I have a great question here. This system that you're looking at can be used on any time frame, on any currency pair. Okay? And I have another question here. Do we have to sit in front of the chart all the time? Absolutely not, Lily. That's a great question. I will let you know right now. I check my charts 10, 15 minutes first thing in the morning, 10, 15 minutes in the evening, and that is it. That's all, okay? And why do I tell you that? Because earlier when I said I'm a busy person, I don't have time to sit in front of a computer all day. So this is any currency pair, any time frame. You can do this. This is designed for the busy person. So once again, how many pips are we at? We're 104 pips. We're at 104 pips, okay? Now, 104 pips or 1,040 US dollars. Now, about stop, I want you all to understand something real quick. Our education covers and teaches stop losses and everything you can even comprehend, okay, in every way you can imagine in extreme detail. I'm simply showing you this without using stop losses. I'm just showing you how this works, seeing it as it is, okay? So what I'm going to do now is let's go ahead and I want to add this up. I want to add this up together, and let's go ahead and see what just happened. All right? So if you would have gone into this market, you would have taken advantage of a month and a half ago. Let's see where you'd be at today. You're at 1,040 US dollars. You're at $1,130. You're at $2,310. You're at $2,020. You're at $730 equals minus 300. That's our loss minus 310, $6,920. So $6,920 profit in 6 weeks' time. How many of you would be okay with generating $6,920 US dollars in 6 weeks' time? What would that do for you? Right? Would you be able to travel more? Get maybe a new car, bring the wife home from work, be a stay-at-home parent. Both of you, husband and wife, be stay-at-home parents. Go from full-time to part-time. Travel on your retirement instead of maybe, just kind of hanging around the house. Take the kids to the park, or some islands, or the beach, or go on a vacation, or get out of debt. Just have a little bit of, me. I would work so hard, I would run out of money before I ran out of month, and it was horrible. I didn't understand how I was broke before the end of the month, and I was working full time. It did not make sense, and that's when I realized, man, I better do something different, right? So once again, I want to show you something pretty neat here. I'm going to zoom out, and I want to ask a question. I'd like an honest answer. I am going to go ahead and I am going to delete the system, and I want you to all please tell me, would you have received the same exact results as what we just experienced without this system? Would you have had the same success? I really appreciate all of the honesty here and all of the responses. Absolutely. Yeah, Marshall. Marshall, thanks for your response there, buddy. Same thing, and everybody else. So, guys, that's the power of systems. You have to understand that systems do work, but you have to understand that MTI systems, these are proprietary to MTI, and these were actually developed by the FX chief himself. And so, once again, let me add this back on and take a look. What would that do for you? Just shy of $7,000 in 6 weeks' time. Let me go ahead and introduce you to something else real quick. What I want to introduce you to now, I want to actually pull up. I don't know. I don't think any of you ever heard of this. You may or maybe you have not. But what I'm pulling up now, I'm introduced right to the FX Annihilator. This is the Australian dollar. This currency pair is the Australian dollar and the Japanese yen. And this is on a 120-minute time frame, okay? So let me explain to you how the system works. A lot of you may be asking, well, how does this actually work? Well, let me go ahead and explain this to you, okay? So how many of you notice, right, over here, you have purple lines and you have red lines. How many of you see that? Okay, so what do these signals mean? Well, very simple. All you need to understand is this. When you see a cross, how many of you see the cross right here? When you see the cross of the red and purple lines, that is when you want to either buy or whether you want to sell. But bottom line is this. These indicators, the cross tells you when you want to get in to the system, when you want to get in, and when you want to get out. Well, how do you know if you want to buy or sell? I'm in an arrow here. This red arrow signifies that you want to sell. So you have a cross, you have a sell. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sell. I'm going to enter the market selling, and I want you to know how many of you like alerts sent to your phone. How many of you want to receive a text message to your phone telling you what to do? Literally, you know, for me, I love surfing. If I get out of the water, I dry off with a towel, I put my surfboard up, I check my phone, I have an alert that says, Mike, get in now or get out now. I don't even need my computer. I just contact my broker, and guess what? Tell them what I want to do, all because of a phone and a text message alert, okay? So let's advance this forward. Now, because of that signal, I'm selling. Now, how many of you see what's happening here? Okay? I want to ask something pretty. All right? Now, as we follow this market, I know that a lot of you are probably asking yourself, well, my gosh, there's a lot of sideways movement. Yeah, you're right. There is a lot of sideways movement right now. But what we're waiting for the market to take its course. So how many of you, what we're waiting for that cross back. Once that cross hits, we have our indicator. Now let me ask you all a question. How many of you, just be honest right now, how many of you would have sold right here, stayed in when it reached up here? How many of you would have stayed in? Absolutely not. I wouldn't have. But with this system, you're doing literally sitting on it. You're idling by, letting the market take its course, okay? And you're simply waiting for the market to cross. So once again, yeah, you might have been nervous or scared, but what happened? Here, you notice, boom, there's the cross. All right. Oh, and as a matter of fact, remember how I told you we have alerts? Here's some alerts actually. An alarm, it tells you what to do. So anyways, you get these sent to your phone and everything. So anyways, so here's the cross. Here's my green arrow. What is that telling me to do? That is telling me to take my profits. Mike, take your profits and reverse your position. So I'm going to get out right here. How many pips is that? Who can tell me? 115 pips. All right, so you're at 115 pips or 1,150 US dollars. Boom. Let me go ahead and just change this font up real quick so we can see it a little bit better. All right. All right, perfect. So we're at 115 pips. So who can tell me what we're going to be doing now? We have a cross. We have a green arrow. Boom, Albert, you nailed it. Great job. And everybody else is typing in buy. You're absolutely right. So now I'm buying. I'm buying. I'm in it. I had an alert sent to my phone. I'm letting the market do its thing. And the moment you see a cross, okay, the moment you see these purple and red lines cross and your red arrow, all of you type in now into the question section. You tell me, when is it time to get out? We're living our life. We're having fun with what we're doing. We're simply spending more quality time with our family. And boom, there it is. I love it. Responding now, absolutely. So let's go ahead and let's see how many pips we just generated. So we got into the market. We got into the market right here. All right. We got out of the market right here. How many pips is that? 314 pips. So you're at 314 pips or 3,140 US dollars. So let me ask a simple question. How many of you would be okay generating 314 pips, generating $3,000 alone in one trade? How about in two trades generating, over $4,000? go ahead. Let's keep advancing this market forward. We took our profits. We got an alert sent to our phone. We went out. We took our profits. We have a red arrow. We have confirmation. We're now selling. So thanks for the profits. Now we're selling. We're letting the market do its thing, and we're simply waiting for our signal. And take a look at how the market shoots back up. So many people would have gotten out. So many people would not have benefited would not have taken all the profits they can take. Why? Because when you trust the system, when you understand that we keep our systems current week at minimum, they are updated, and there it is. How many of you see that right here? How many of you see the cross, blue line, not blue line? We have the cross above this candlestick, and we have a green signal. So what does that mean? Well, it's simple. It means your profit. So we got in right here. We got out right here. We're at 104 pips. How many of you see that? So we are at 104 pips, or 1,040 users. Let me go ahead. I want to show you one more example here, okay? Let me show you one more example. Who can tell me what you would be doing now? So across, we have our red and line across. All right, we have our green indicator, bingo, everyone's got it. We're buying. We're buying, we're just to do its thing, and we're just simply letting this idle buy. We're waiting, all right? So once we have a cross, we have a red arrow, that's going to be our signal. You just the alert. How many of you notice that every time, we have that cross, an alert, look at this, ready? How many of you see that? Every time you have a cross, guess what? That shows up on your phone as a text message or an email, whichever you prefer, telling you, hey, this is what you want to do. Notify your broker, get out or get in. So once again, let's take a look at our profits. We got in right here. All right, we got out right here. How many pips is that? 149 pips. So 149 pips gain, or 1,490 US dollars. How many of you find value in what I'm showing you right now? How many of you feel this is something you can do? How many of you feel this is something you'd like to use? How many of you understand that the other system I just showed you, plus the FX Annihilator alone, okay, that, let's just go ahead. Let's add this up real quick, and let's just take a look at what our profits, we just generated. $1,490 plus $1,150 plus $3,140 plus $1,040 equals $6,820. So $6,820 US dollars profit. All right, and that was in about a 2 months time. So let me go ahead and ask everyone this question. How many of you would like to generate this type of income? Well, let me go ahead and fill you in real quick. In the last 12 months, okay, I want you to pay attention closely here. In the last 12 months alone, the FX Annihilator has captured over 6,400 pips, 6,400 pips. Do you know what that equates to? That equates to over $64,000 in a standard lot trade investment. Well, Mike, how do we know you're not just saying that? Here's why. This actual currency pair, works on 3 different specific, the FX Annihilator works on 3 specific currency pairs. Now, what I'm showing you now, this is the Euro and the New Zealand currency pair on a 120-minute time frame. How many of you see this right here, the 260? This is showing you the wins, okay? That 260, that 2,260 right there, that is basically telling you that you just generated in the last 12 months alone 2,260 pips. Now, that's one currency pair. Let me go ahead and pull up. I want to pull up another currency pair here. This is the second currency pair. This is all back tested. How many of you see this is now the second one? This is the Great British Pound and the Japanese Yen. In the last 12 months generated 2,290 pips. How many of you see that? Let me go ahead and pull up the third currency pair. All right? Now, the third currency pair, this is what I'm actually showing you right now. Australian dollar and Japanese yen. This is on a 120-minute time frame in the last 12 months. 1,000 2,768 pips. So let me just show you this real quick. That's 2,260 pips plus 2,290 pips plus 1,768 pips equals 6,318. Okay? You know what that equates to? That is $63,180. How many of you would like to generate, let's just say you set these trades at the beginning of the year and you did absolutely nothing except let it sit for 12 months. How many of you would like to show up 12 months later? Okay, and I'm not telling you just leave it. You want to check it. But how many of you would like to generate $63,000 in 1 year off 3 currency pairs off one system? The question is, what would that do for you? Does that make sense? You have to ask yourself, how would that benefit you? I'm excited that I just showed you this, because I don't want you just to take my word for it. I want to show you back testing. I want to show you proof in the pudding that this really works. Now, once again, what I just showed you, and I mean, I could actually show you another great system, the Turbo Trader Auto. Once again, you know, this right here, basically, it's the same. It's very similar. You have arrows, and because of the arrows, what the arrows do, what I'm going to do now is let me just go ahead and I'll just show you one thing. This also gives you notifications sent straight to your phone. So once again, green means buy, green means go. You have a green indicator. So if you were to have gone in right there, what are you doing? You're simply waiting for the market to cross back. Okay, you're waiting for the red arrow that signifies to get out. So there it is. How many of you see this? All right, so boom. How many of you see that? That's 180 pips. 180 pips. That's 1,800 US dollars. All right, so 1,800 US dollars. And once again, I can go on and on and on, showing you how this actually works. And so once again, it's telling you to sell, and then all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, you're waiting for the green arrow. How many of you see that? You're simply letting the market do its thing, idling by, and there it is. How many of you see the green arrow there? And so once again, you got in right here, you got out right here, and that is 97 pips. And so, based on these 2 trades alone, okay, what that equates to, let's just go ahead and let's just find out real quick. Off those 2 trades alone, that's $1,800 plus $970. 2 trades, right? Yeah, two trades, $2,770. How many of you find value in everything that I'm showing you, right? So, the question is, what would that do for you? How many of you would like to generate over $6,820 in 2 months, and then another $6,920? And ladies and gentlemen, this is only, okay, this is, yes, absolutely, this is your earning potential, okay? Now, that was actually a question. Someone's asking, is this my earning potential? Absolutely. How many of you would like to generate over $12,000 and let's just call it a 2 months time frame? Is that more than what you're making now? So, with that being said, all right, is it fair to say, folks, that you now are a believer of the system? Be it simple or be it complex, this is all you need to be a believer in this market. How many of you now see, just by adding this one strategy, the FX Turbo Trader or the FX Annihilator to your charts, how it made the market so much easier to understand? How many of you believe in the last 25, 30 minutes that your eyes opened up to this opportunity, that you've learned more than what you've ever learned previously? Type in a yes or no. Let me know. Awesome. Perfect. I appreciate that, everybody. And so what I'm going to do now is let me get out of this, and let's go ahead and let's keep moving here. But I want you to understand something, okay, that what I just showed you is just, those are just 3 of MTI's many powerful strategies and techniques that MTI offers. And unlike other educational experiences that you may have had in the past, MTI is going to give you a plethora of strategies to allow you to be ready for any turns that the market may take. Now, I'm going to show you some lists here. I want you to take a look at these lists. These are all strategies that you will be equipped with and empowered with to use during any market condition. Once again, what I just showed you was just 3 techniques of what MTI offers. All right, you will be equipped with all of these strategies that you see, and these will allow you to take advantage of any and every market condition. So what I want to do now is I want to pull up our social media so that you can hear from some of our students and friends on Facebook. You might be asking, well, who's all succeeding? Well, let me just show you real quick, okay? As I'm pulling these up, I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to listen to the overall feel of our students. Are they happy? Are they profitable? More importantly, are they having fun? So with that being said, let's go ahead. So what you're looking at now, this is Market Trader Institute's Facebook page. I highly encourage you to go take a look at it. Now, all right, what I want to show you now, I want to scroll. We have over 14,000 likes. I'm very proud of that. Let's go ahead and let's just check out some posts real quick, okay? So this is Christopher Atienza, July 7th. He says, I do it again. I'm now up 600 pips since June 30th. All right, thanks MTI for being the great tools and training. Thanks FX Showtime and for the tips, okay, as well as the FX Chief. How many of you would like to generate over 600 pips, over $5,000, all right, in just a couple days? How many of you would like to do that? Right? Let's keep on moving here. All right. Let's just keep. There's so many I can show you. 32 pips, 66 pips. All right. Here is Katrina Marie. Katrina says, closed out on the Australian dollar and Canadian dollar currency pair, netted 165 pips today, total of 334 pips for the week. All right. How many of you? Okay, how many of you would like to generate over $3,000 US in 1 week? Here's Ibrahim. Ibrahim says, I raked in over 187 pips and 145 pips. How many of you would like to generate, right, over 300 pips once again? Ladies and gentlemen, these people are just like you. All these people were in a seat just like you are today, but they actually decided to move forward with what I'm showing you now. Katrina Marie made 250 pips today. That's $2,500 US in a standard lot trade investment in 1 day. All right. Here's Wayne Howley. He says market traders is the best on his cell phone. Okay, that's the definition of on the go. 226 pips, 27 pips, 246 pips, 32 pips, over 500 pips. How many of you would like to generate over 5,000 pips just like that? All right. Let's keep on moving here. I'm going to show you a couple more. All right. Here we have. Let's see here. Here we go. We have Rick Wolf. Rick says, great week. Closed out today with a total of 431 pips. Made 365 pips on the Great British Pound Canadian dollar. Thanks, MTI. Well, thank you, Rick, for being such a phenomenal student. How many of you like to generate over 431 pips? All right. I can go on. This is a picture of one of our Christmas parties. This is actually a lot of our employees here. We were recognized one of the best places to work. Let's keep on moving here. All right. So once again, Christopher Atienza, he says, thanks, MTI, for the great learning and most powerful tool ever built. Okay, I just showed you some of these tools. I gained 758 pips since June 6th, up now, still increasing. Well, take a look at this. He posted this on June 10th. He said, I'm up since June 6th. So in 4 days, he generated 758 pips right here. How many of you would like to generate over $8,000 US, right, in just 4 days? The question is, do you believe that you are worth it? Here we go. Jason Stewart, trend line broke, shorted this Great British Pound Canadian dollar, up over 500 bucks. Here's Sharon, back on track after a setback, then a 2-week Hawaiian holiday, locking in 225 pips. Strategy simplification, trading only fundamentals and daily pivots. I have found my trading style and I'm loving it with increased confidence. How many of you would like to generate over $2,225 US while you're in Hawaii for 2 weeks, on a trip? Right? So that's the beauty about what we do. Once again, up 395% in 15 days. That's from Jason. Over here, we have up 300 pips, up 300 pips, up 93 pips, up 200 pips. He says, great job, MTI, no problem. Right? Up 494 pips. How many of you get this? How many of you see what I'm showing you here? All right? So with that being said, that's what I wanted to show you. The question is, let me ask you this, okay? Do these students, all right, and clients, do they sound happy? Do they sound profitable? More importantly, do they sound like they're having fun, right? Do you think that Jason and Katrina and Rick, all right, and all these other, and all these different, and Susan, all these different people, do you think that they found the value in this education, right? Do you think that they would pay that kind of, that kind of money for this education if they were making that kind of money month after month after month? Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this. Do you believe that you can do this? So once again, I want to remind you all that live each weekday, our tipping point prediction, as a client of MTI, you will receive exclusive information regarding a major market movement. Now, this is a 2,000 pip movement in one currency pair and a 1,000 pip movement on another. Now, I want to let you know, what does that mean to you? Well, at $10 per pip, this would be a $30,000 a year making opportunity. And I want to know, this is between right now and the end of this year, okay? That's the prediction. And today, I just gave you a little sneak peek of some stuff. And I'm telling you, if you want to gain an advantage in this market, you cannot afford to miss out on that. This is a special exclusive unveiling, and this is only for MTI students, all right? You will be learning from live instructors. So let me go ahead and let's get back to some interaction. Let me ask you this. Who wants to be one of our next success stories? Who will be our next success story? If that's you, be bold and confident enough to type in me in the question section letting me know that you are going to be the next success story. If you want to be, of course. If you don't, not a problem. But if that's you, let me know. Yeah, it's Ray and Lulu and Joe and Mervyn and Steven and Gasming and Luke and Christina and Ben and everybody else is typing in me. Phenomenal. Well, you can be through the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. This program is the most complete, most comprehensive, easy-to-use, step-by-step system on the planet. Now, take a look at some of the people that have benefited from the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. People like John R. He's an engineer, all right, from Grapevine, Texas. John R. says what they teach you, how they teach you, when to get in, when to get out, when to stay out. That's a big thing. Basically, it's a full understanding of how the market works. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start you off in the fast lane with a 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience live. Now, for a lifetime, you will be able to attend either live in beautiful Lake Mary, Florida, or in the comfort of your own home. Now, in the first 2 days of this 3-day event, you will get an in-depth and thorough understanding of the lessons that you will go through in MTI's education. And on the third day, you will get to experience live practical application of the principles that were taught in these lessons. And while you're applying these principles, if a trade setup presents itself, you will have the benefit of a Forex market veteran to help you potentially make money. Folks, today I am including a lifetime of access to this class. And for those of you that are in here and that are ready, MTI's next 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience live class will be July 12th to the 14th. However, there is minimal seats left. I just got word this morning there's actually less than 15 seats available. However, you're going to want to take action now because it is extremely limited seating. So it does not matter if you're a brand new novice Forex investor or if you have some prior Forex trading knowledge. Rest assured that with this 3-day event, you'll be starting off the right way. Learn and trade 7 trading strategies that are absolutely unique to MTI. You will gain instant gratification and have an edge on approximately 99% of all Forex traders. You will leave with a full and complete understanding of how this market works and how to trade it successfully. Gain the confidence that will come from instructor-led education. Right? Build your own skill set that will begin to potentially transform your life right now. Again, you will be getting this for a lifetime. All right? Once finished with all that, once finished with the 3-day class, you're not done there. You will receive the Financial Freedom Online University. Now, this is a 16-week, at-home, self-paced, on-demand, step-by-step learning package that will ensure you understand how to properly trade the Forex market. Now, this will drive home the principles that you learn in the 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience live class. So you will have access to this for a lifetime as well. And if you like what I showed you in the 3 steps to Forex trading success, then this is going to be absolutely perfect for you. You will also receive the Wealth and Acceleration software package. If you like what you saw in the live market, then this package will benefit you greatly. You will receive the FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Auto Trader, which can automatically place trades for you, as you saw. The Fibonacci tool that made this market so easy, and you have the ability to have the software email and or text message you alerts right to your phone. Now, this is what the pros use, and so I'm going to be including this today as well. Now, let me hear from you the last time you made money from a text message, right? So picture this. You're at the movies with your spouse, you're at the park with your kids, you just got done surfing or playing golf or whatever you love doing. You pull up your phone, it tells you what to do, where to get in or where to get out. Boom, an alert literally told you how to succeed and how to profit. Well, I'm going to give you a full year, 12 months access up front. In addition to that, I want to include some powerful tools to really help you master this market. How many of you are like me and you absolutely love checklists? Right? Yeah, how many of you would love to know exactly what to do step by step by step? Yeah, well, for those of you that are just like me, I'm going to include the step-by-step Pro Traders checklist, but you have to take action today. Not 6 months from now, not 3 months from now, but you want to take action today. Now, what I feel is the most powerful tool that you all have access to, the most powerful tool, is the Analyst On Demand room. This room is hosted by live professional analysts and traders that monitor the Forex market 24 hours per day. How much money do you think you could be making by logging into this room and asking one of MTI's professional analysts where they think the market is going? Honestly. Better yet, what if you could ask the analyst exactly where they think you should enter in your trades or exit for profit? So quit wondering if you did things right. Just simply log in and ask. In addition to that, you're going to also get something that's really special. This is the FX Chief Fast Track Mentorship Program. Now imagine this. Picture this. Having a mentor that is a 25-year veteran and the founder of Market Traders Institute virtually right in your home to take you by the hand and know exactly what to do. Well, let's take a look at some of the people that have benefited from the FX Chief Fast Track Mentorship Program, which this is, by the way, this is part of the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. People like John G. He's retired from Fishers, Indiana. He says, that's where the chief came in and brought it down to my level and made me understand. He also made me understand that I don't have to know everything. I can learn it as I go, and I can go from here. But he gave me the opportunity to get started. So you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. In addition to all of that, we're going to also include the Rapid Results Profit Plan. How many of you want to know the exact steps, step by step, to get to your goals? Well, we've laid it out in such a format so you have a step-by-step plan to know exactly how long it will take for you to achieve your specific financial goals based on your personal trading strategy. In addition to that, which I think can help you even more, how many of you are looking for a roadmap? How many of you are looking to know exactly what to do to accomplish your goals? Well, here's what we did. We created the Success Now roadmap, and it's going to show you how to have more success right now. You're also going to find the best places to find success, and you're going to know exactly what to do. All right? Now, I believe in this package so much, and I am so passionate about your success because this changed my life, that when you do the right thing and you take action now, you will have our personal 100% satisfaction money-back guarantee. That's right, 2 full calendar months. This is a zero-risk opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, if you could be so kind to type in the chat box, what kind of risk is this? That's right, everyone. This is a zero-risk opportunity. So I encourage you, take action now. So let's quickly go over the value of everything and the education that you're going to be receiving. You're going to receive the 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience, the Financial Freedom Online University, the Wealth Acceleration Software Package, the Analyst on Demand, the Step-by-Step Pro Traders Checklist, the FX Chiefs Fast Track Mentorship Program, the Rapid Results Profit Plan, the Success Now Roadmap. Now, this is all valued at this is $12,610 US. Well, let me ask everyone in this room a question. That was the value of it. If all this package did for you was teach you and show you how to make several thousands of dollars per month, month after month after month, as you saw in the examples that I showed you and the success of our students, would it be worth the investment? Yes or no? And I want you to stop and think about it. If all this package did for you was help you so that you can make sure that you have the money you need to retire with, right? Would it be worth the investment so you can actually enjoy the retirement? For those of you that are close to retirement age, would it be worth it for you? I mean, if all this package did for you was help you earn enough money to travel around the world and spend more quality time with your family and your loved ones, would it be worth the investment? Yes or no? Absolutely. So, I came here to empower, and I came here to serve. I came here to make this package affordable for each and every one of you. So, today, you're not going to pay $12,000. You're not going to pay $10,000. Heck, you're not even going to pay our cost in this education, which is $7,495. Okay, today, and today only, you have the ability to save $2,000 off today. And the reason that we're doing this, the reason we're offering $2,000 off today, making your one-time investment just $5,495, is because for those of you that join, you will be joining our tipping point prediction. As I previously mentioned, you will be there for the setup. And this setup is currently happening as we speak. Remember, this is a $30,000 a year opportunity between now and the end of the year. Last week alone, over $3,000 US dollars was generated. And you know what? We've already started the next huge round of trades, and they will be starting once again on Monday. So let me ask you this. Will you be taking advantage of this round of trades, or will you just hear about the success of other people? So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and give everybody my permission to go ahead, enter in your telephone number right now, and an educational specialist will reach out to you privately in just a few moments. So if you can at this time, just go ahead and enter in your phone number. We will have an educational specialist reach out to you in just a moment to provide you with some more information to help you move forward. And I'm telling you that if you want to gain an advantage in this market, you cannot afford to miss out on this. Now, I want to let you all know, how many of you remember the FX Annihilator? Well, for those of you that take action today, you will be receiving a fast action bonus, the FX Annihilator, all right? And once again, what is that? Well, what we just showed you in the live market, for all of you that type in your phone number right now, you will get a fast action bonus today, which is the FX Annihilator. However, this is only available for the next 7 of you that enter in your phone numbers right now. Now, this fast action bonus ends today. All right, I will repeat that. This does end today. This is only available for the next 7 of you that type in your phone numbers right now. Now, this is the system that everyone is talking about and that everyone wants. Okay, this one system alone, as we mentioned, has generated over this 6,380 pips in just 12 months. I showed you the back testing. That's $63,800 US. Okay, what I just showed you in the live market is exactly what we're talking about. Okay, what would you do with an extra $6,000 a month? How many of you want to make money while you sleep? This is what I call passive type income, where you're living your life, doing the things you love, spending the time with the people you love, you know, etc., all while succeeding with just putting in a few minutes of your time. Would you take out 5 minutes a day to succeed? Would you take out 5 minutes a day, all right, to move forward and win? All right. Now, if you want to take advantage of the FX Annihilator, type in your telephone numbers now, and we will go ahead and reach out to you in just a moment. And we figure that if we can make this, you know, very affordable for you to get involved today, we will be setting you up to get a huge return on investment right out of the gate. However, this is only available for the next 7 of you to type in your phone number. So I want to go ahead and let you know, what are your options today? I came here to make this program affordable for each and every one of you. So for those of you that are sitting there thinking, I can't afford this opportunity, Mike, but I can't not afford to have this course for myself and my family, I am here to help you. I am here to serve you. All right? So for those of you that take action right now, I am going to extend to you 2 options. Option A is the $2,000 savings for paying in full today, and option B is the ability to get everything, including the 100% money-back guarantee for $1,000 down and flexible monthly payments after that. Ladies and gentlemen, you now have my permission to go ahead. Please enter in your phone numbers. Let us know which option you want to move forward with. And so for all those that have currently typed in their phone numbers, please just let us know which option you have an interest in today. Whether it's option A or it's option B, please let us know. And I want to go ahead and I want to take a moment and I want to just congratulate the following individuals. Great. Catherine, I see you put in your phone number and you're moving forward with option A. Great decision, Catherine. Wonderful. Ryan, I see you put in your phone number and you're going with option A as well. I appreciate that, Ryan. Great. Bob, I see you're going with option B. Not a problem. And I want you all to know, you're welcome, Rod, okay? You're very welcome, Rod. I want to go ahead and let everybody know that whether you move forward with option A or option B, we treat you like family. We treat you like gold. Why? Because once you're part of the family, you are officially part of the family. Corbin, I see you put in your phone number and you're going with option A. Thank you. Yeah, Corbin, I appreciate that, buddy. No problem. Great. Atticus, I see you put in option A as well. I appreciate that. Lillian, I see you're going with option B. Thank you, Lillian. Now, for those of you in this room that are saying to themselves, yes, I've seen enough information. Yes, I want to be a Forex trader. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I highly encourage you to go ahead and type in your telephone number in the question section now with either option A or option B, and our educational specialist will contact you in just a few moments. If you saw the FX Annihilator and all the successes that we had with it, right, you know, if you loved it when we showed it to you, well, guess what? This is your chance to get it absolutely for free by taking advantage of what I'm showing you today. That is a $995 retail value for that system alone. We are giving it to you for free just for joining us today. And don't forget, this is backed by our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Yeah, 60-day, 2 whole months guarantee. Why? Because we have absolutely nothing to hide. We know that you're going to love this education so much. All right? We know that you're going to place such an extremely high value on it as well as learn more than you've ever learned before, right? We are that confident that within these 60 days, you will find the value and, most importantly, the return on your investment that you are looking for. Moramang, I see that you put your phone number, you're going with option B. Thank you, Moramang. Ben, I see you put in your phone number, you're going with option A. I appreciate that. An educational specialist will reach out to you in just a moment. So return on investment, isn't that what it's all about? A return on investment? I mean, well, how much money did we make in the examples that I showed you? Well over $10,000 in just one trade 6 weeks, the other 2 months. So in a total of 2 months time frame, 2 trades alone, right, well over $10,000, actually way more than that, but let's just call it $10,000 to be fair. Let's just say you invest $5,495 today, all right, and right out of the gate, you start making $2,000 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, that's $24,000 per year. Will that change a few things? Now, do you think that it was worth the investment? You saw the successes of people on Facebook, right, and the testimonials. Will you be our next success story, or will you be the next person watching them again? Right? I want to personally hear from you once you take advantage of our education and start immediately succeeding. Lucas, congratulations, buddy. I see you put in your phone number, and you are going with option B. Great job. I commend you for stepping out of your comfort zone and making the decision to win. So for those of you that are looking to take advantage of option A, just type in your telephone number with option A. For those of you, you're welcome, buddy. For those of you that are going with option B, just type in your phone number and type in option B. So once again, I just want to take a moment, and I just want to quickly congratulate the following individuals that are taking advantage of this. Liam, congratulations. Noah, congratulations. I see you put in option B. Olivia, great job. I applaud you. I see you put down option A. Jacob, congratulations. I see you're going with option A today. Luke, I see you're going with option B today. And Grace, yep, absolutely. Grace, I see you're going with option A today. So I want to just go ahead and quickly congratulate all these individuals that are making the decision to move forward and succeed. Now, my friends, we at Market Traders Institute, we believe that you are worth the investment. Hands down, 100%, no questions asked. We believe that this education that I just showed you today is for you. However, the bigger question is, do you believe that you are worth the investment? If you think that you are worth the investment, go ahead and type in your telephone number now with either option A or option B, whichever you want to take advantage of. And you know what? If you don't think that you are worth the investment, you don't think you are worth it, or maybe, you know, you or your family, I don't know. If you don't think you're worth this investment, then don't put in your number. But if you are like me and you're like, you know what, I have worked so many years. I personally had, at one point, couldn't even put gas in my car. I had nothing to show for. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had no other options. This was it for me. And you know what? I just made the decision that, you know what, I have to succeed. I have to go ahead and win. And that's why I made the decision to move forward in life, because my whole life I was told what to do since an infant, like most others are. And you get to a point in your life where you don't even know how to make a decision for yourself because you've been told what to do forever. But I am giving you the courage and the confidence that it's okay to make a decision for yourself and for your family to win and to succeed. Because if you do the same thing, you know what the insanity is? Do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. And I would do the same thing every single day, and I was like, why isn't life getting any better? You know why? Because I did nothing about it. I was doing the same thing, same routine, day after day, and I was expecting this huge change, and it wouldn't happen. So I had to make it happen. And that's why you have to make it happen if you want things to change. So now the question is, do you want to be our next success story? Are you ready to stop wondering, waiting, wishing, and hoping, and are you ready to start doing? Are you going to let another 6 months go by, right, where you're still wondering when you could have made thousands upon thousands of dollars in that time frame? 6 months from now, you're either going to be on the left side of the fence or the right side of the fence, all right? Whichever one. One of the sides of the fence is the sunny side, the other one is the dark side. But it's up to you on which side of the fence you want to be in. So if you answered yes, okay, to these questions, I encourage you to take action now. My friends, all right, let me go ahead and ask everyone in this room these questions so that I know that I have done my absolute best explaining the system to you. And I'd really appreciate if all of you can answer this, because this lets me know how I'm doing as a teacher, okay? Have I shown you enough information today to allow you to make a conscious decision to say, yes, I want to be a Forex trader? Great. Have I shown you enough information today to allow you to say, I can have fun being a Forex trader? Fantastic. Are you ready to take a hold of your life? If you answered yes to both of these questions, I want you to go ahead and type in your phone number now, put in option A or option B, whichever you want to take advantage of, and once again, 60-day money-back guarantee. All that we ask is that you just give it an honest effort. or take advantage of our 100% financing. Well, how do you do that? Put in option A or option B, all right, and just let us speak to one of our educational specialists and just simply let us know. And so once again, if you're serious about this, okay, if you're not, don't worry about it, okay? But if you are serious about succeeding and serious about this education, it's at least worth a phone call. It's not going to cost you anything to just simply speak to one of our educational specialists, and let's just see if we can help you come up with a customized payment plan, right? It's a win-win situation. Why? Because you're going to look at the information within 60 days, in the time you have to review it, and I can almost assure you that you're going to literally learn so much, all right? You're going to learn so much. And what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to learn. You're going to make some money, right away. Your confidence is going to go up. You're happy your family. Well, I want to go ahead and I want to just congratulate all those individuals that are putting in their phone number and that are making the decision to move forward. Mormang, I see you put in your phone number. You're going with option B. Wonderful. Fareed, I see you put in your phone number. You're going with option A. I appreciate that, Fareed. Thank you. Jimmy, I see you put in your phone number. You're going with option A today as well. Great. Thank you for that. And Toby, I see you put in your phone number. You're going with option B. Wonderful. An education specialist will be reaching out to you in just a moment. Now, I want you to understand and remember that I came here to serve. I came here to empower. I came here to make this package affordable for each and every one of you. So today, you're not going to pay $12,000 or $10,000 or our cost, which is $7,495. Today, and today only, you can save $2,000 by paying for this package in full, making your one-time investment just $5,495. And once again, the reason we're doing this is because we want you to join us in our tipping point prediction. Take advantage of it. You're going to succeed. You could potentially have the chance to make $30,000 between now and the end of the year with our 3,000 pip movements. All right, but once again, it's up to you. If you want to win and take advantage of that, great. If not, no big deal, right? But once again, that's $3,000 were made last week alone, and over $10,000 were made, way over that actually, in the examples that I showed you alone. And you like the FX Annihilator? Well, that doesn't even. I want you to know that that doesn't even come with our Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. That is extra. But we are giving this to you as a gift for taking advantage of this option today. So if you go with option A or option B today, and you take advantage of this today, we're going to give you that. Absolutely, 100%. It's close to $1,000 retail value. We are giving that to you. So let me ask you this. I haven't asked you this question, but I'm going to ask you this now because it actually just hit me. I mean, let's just look at the facts here, okay? If the FX Annihilator made over $63,000 in the last 12 months alone, and your investment is just $5,495, how many of you would like to invest $5,495 to make $63,000? You see, to some people, they have to sit there and scratch their head and wonder and think, and you know what I'm saying? And to me, this was a no-brainer. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I made way less than that, working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And you know what? I showed you the back testing of it, which is why I was able to back it up, and why I wanted to show you that, right? So I could show you the actual proof of what these systems are doing. But once again, if you don't see the return on investment and you don't see the value in that, I can't convince you of it, nor will I try to convince you of it. But you have to honestly ask yourself an honest question. Is this for me? Am I ready to succeed, or do I want to stay in the same position as I've been in my whole life? Or maybe recently, or do I want a better retirement? Whatever it will do for you. All right? I was waiting for success to smack me in the face, and that just wasn't going to happen. So once again, take advantage today as this presentation is coming to a close here in just a moment. So once again, you have to take advantage of this not 3 months from now, not 6 months from now, but today. And we do care about your success so much, all right, that we want you to move forward and we want you to try this absolutely risk-free. So as this presentation is coming to a close, it is time for you to go ahead and make a decision, all right? So once again, as I come to a wrap-up, I came here to make this program affordable for each and every one of you. So this Premier Education, which is backed by our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, is normally going to be just $7,495. But ladies and gentlemen, the neat thing about working with MTI is that your investment today is not even going to be that. Okay, we're going to give you back $2,000 for paying for this package in full today, and this means that your final price is $5,495 for option A, or get involved for as little as $1,000 down and flexible monthly payments after that for option B. So real quick, I want to go ahead and I just want to take a moment to congratulate the following individuals. Oliver, I see you're going with option A. Thank you, Oliver. I see that. Natalie, I see you're going with option B. Wonderful. Caleb, I see you put in your phone number. You're going with option A today. Sounds great. One of our educational specialists will reach out to you in just a few minutes. Dylan, I see that you're putting in option A. Thank you, Dylan. An educational specialist will reach out to you in just a few minutes. Now, I want to go ahead and I just want to take a quick moment. As a matter of fact, Nimal, I see Nimal that you just put in option B. Nimal, if you can please just type in your phone number so we know how to reach out to you, that would be phenomenal. But Nimal, I commend you for putting in option B. Now, I want to go ahead and congratulate Nimal. And here's why I want to congratulate Nimal. All right, and actually, I want to also, Elizabeth, I see you're going with option A. So Nimal and Elizabeth, I want to congratulate you for a moment, and here's why. Because you're sitting there on the fence, okay? And Lucas, you too, buddy, okay? The three of you are sitting there potentially on the fence going, is this for me? Here's my chance. Am I really going to succeed? And you know what? You're on the left side of the fence or the right side of the fence, and you're like, I want to do this, but I don't know. I don't know. There's always that voice, that negative voice saying, no, you can't, you won't succeed. But you went with your gut instinct, and you realized that this will work for you, that you can succeed, and that what you saw today, this is the right time. Because I love it when I hear, well, I can't or I won't, and my spouse, I don't know what they're going to think, or this, or I have to discuss this, or I'm just, I don't know. And you know what? There is no right time. You know why? You're going to have situations and circumstances hit you every single day. The question is, okay, are you going to be the person that's going to go ahead and move forward and control your future, or are you just going to let circumstances dictate where you end up? See, don't let circumstances dictate your future. You dictate your future, and this is how you can do it. And I commend you all for stepping out of your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is the scariest place on earth, and that's why most people remain in the same positions that they're in, because they don't ever get out of their comfort zone. All right. And so once again, this is your last chance as I move forward here. So once again, last chance. Who's going to be the last individual as I come to a close here to type in with your phone number with option A or option B? And Nimal, I'm not sure if you typed in your phone number yet, but if you haven't, if you can please do so, that would be wonderful. Thank you. So once again, who's going to make that game-winning shot, say, you know what, I deserve success. You're welcome, VT. I deserve success. I deserve to win. I deserve something more in my life because, you know what, I've worked so hard my whole life. I need a better retirement. I deserve more. I need to give my family more. Or I just want to bring my wife home to be with the kids. I need a safer family vehicle. I just want to go on a trip finally, right, because my family deserves it. Maybe you just want to be debt-free, get out of student loans, send your kids off to college. I don't know what this would do for you. But if you're going to be the individual that's going to make that decision a win right now, before I end this presentation, type in your phone number with option A or option B, speak to an educational specialist, and this is your chance to take advantage of the FX Annihilator, because we do not do this. We do not give this stuff out. We are doing it today because of all the things that are coming up, and here's your chance. Who's going to be the one that's going to say, you know what, I want to win, and I'm going to be that guy? If that's you, put in your number, type in option A or option B, and let me go ahead. I'm going to call your name out so our educational specialist knows that you do want to take advantage of this. Scarlett, congratulations. Scarlett, I see that you're going with option A, and you know what? I commend you for that. And Landon, I see you're going with option B. I commend you for that as well, Landon, and here's why. It's not easy to be bold or be courageous, but the fact that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, making the decision to win right now, right? I respect boldness, and I respect people that are confident, all right? And I commend you all for doing that. And David and Sebastian, I see you're actually both going with option A. So with that, thank you, Nimal, for typing in your number. So last chance here. I see David and Sebastian were the last individuals that finally made the decision that they want to win in their life. And with that, I want to go ahead and just congratulate everybody that has made the decision to win. This is it. This is the end of the presentation. And so I want you all to understand, okay, what if I could do something even better than this right now? Okay, how many of you right now, you're excited, you know you want to make the money, you know you're ready to do this, and you're like, you know what, I really want to succeed at this. And you would like me to give you an opportunity to get this package absolutely for free, right? I know what you're thinking. Oh, no way. And now this is real, okay? This is real. This is through our referral program, okay? However, you need to type in your phone number with the word free next to it, and you only have 90 seconds to take advantage of this starting right now. My timer has officially started, and so the moment my timer is up at 90 seconds, okay, that is it. You will not be able to qualify for that. My educational specialists do need to know who to work with. Now, if for whatever reason you want to say, you know what, you don't want to wait and you want to call in right now, go ahead and call in right now. Our educational specialists are on standby. All right, so who wants to get this education absolutely for free? So what we're going to do is MTI, all right, we've transformed the lives of thousands of people all over the world, and I want you to experience the power of this. So I am going way out on a limb here, and all I'm going to ask you to do is type in your telephone number right now with the word free next to it, all right, and if you can spare just a few seconds to speak with an educational specialist, all right, they will unlock how you can, the power for you to qualify for this education absolutely for free, or simply call in now as our educational specialists are on standby waiting to speak with you. And I'm telling you, the lines are going to be extremely busy, all right? So if you don't want to wait and you want to call in now, they are on standby. If the lines are busy, which they might be, just keep on calling, okay? So go ahead and do that. But once again, we're down to, you have 20 seconds to act on this. So now we're coming down. You have 15 seconds to type in your phone number with option A or option B. If you're serious about this education, if you are serious about wanting to win and succeed, type in your phone number now, and we will go ahead and work with you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is a wrap. And so with that, I want you all to remember that by developing the habits of successful people, you too will become a success. And I want to appreciate you all. I thank you all for joining us this morning. It was a pleasure of mine speaking to and sharing with all of you today. I was very excited to have been a part of your learning experience, and I'm even more excited to be working with you during our next Wealth and Freedom Live event. I want to personally meet you if you made the decision to win and move forward. I'm now going to leave this webinar open for the next 5 minutes. Our number's on the screen, so go ahead, type in your phone number, or simply call in now. With that, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and it was a pleasure of mine speaking with each and every one of you. Over and out.